What I've come to tell you today is that you are born to lead. Yes, you are born to lead. You are born to lead. Everybody born into this world as a human being. Genesis chapter 1 verse 26 says, and God said, let us make man in our image after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. I'm not seeing there where it's saying that, over another human being. I'm not seeing there where it says that God, and God said, let us make some men as leaders and some men as followers. I'm seeing him saying that let us make men in our image and after our likeness. In the word image, I don't see anything that talks about followership. In the word likeness, I don't see anything that talks about followership. God gave birth to you and me to lead. And those are the things listed for us to lead. And that word lead in Hebrew is rada, which means to rule, to govern, to master, to manage, to have sovereign authority, right? To lead. Everyone was born 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 to lead. So you might be just sitting there and say, but Dr. K, hold on. If we're all born to lead, so who's going to follow? Good question. The first thing is that I want you to know that you were born to lead. The second thing I want you to know is that you are supposed to lead in your point of functionality. So Mrs. M, born to lead at the helm of High Life Foundation, right? Mr. ZK, born to lead as the group chief executive officer. Dr. K, born to lead as the CEO, right? Faithful, born to lead as the chief financial officer. Everybody, your position needs leadership, not followership. Your position needs leadership. Even the person who is serving, who's working in any part of our organization. If you're working in the kitchen, if you're working in the grounds, if you're working in logistics, if you're working in transport department, if you're working in, it doesn't matter where you are working. You've got to work out of a point of leadership, not followership. For God did not ever design that you are supposed to be following. You're supposed to be leading where you've been positioned. For those of you who like soccer, right? Yes, there's a captain, right? In the 11, people that are in the team, there's a captain, right? But the captain expects that the goalkeeper will be a leader as far as goalkeeping is concerned. Okay, everything about leadership in goalkeeping has got to come out from the goalkeeper. The striker, everything about striking and getting goals has got to be coming out. All the leadership qualities, they've got to be coming out of the striker, nothing less. Otherwise, if somebody else say, no, when I get the ball, I'll ask the captain what to do, the team will lose. So I pass the ball to you, and then you stand there and say, Captain, should I pass or should I score? No, it can't be like that. You're expected to be a leader in that position that you've been given. So please, from today onwards, know it for sure that you were born to lead. You are a leader. You are a leader. And here's why leadership is important. Nothing happens without leadership. Nothing changes without leadership. Nothing develops without leadership. Nothing improves without leadership. Nothing is corrected without leadership. Nothing advances without leadership. Nothing succeeds without leadership. But guess what? We are always directly or indirectly led by someone. So if you want anything to happen, if you want anything to change, if you want anything to develop, anything to improve, anything to be corrected, anything to advance, anything to succeed, leadership, 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 leadership. So I was born in Highfield, Egypt, in Harare, for the benefit of those that are not in Zimbabwe or that don't know where I'm speaking from. I was born in Zimbabwe, in Harare, in Highfield. I travel to the townships almost every weekend. You know, if I've got an opportunity, I always visit. I drive around. This morning, early this morning, I was at Mbare Msika. My father-in-law was on his way to Mtare, so I was, you know, assisting him to put some stuff on the buses and everything so they can take it through to Mtare. The last statement says we are always directly or indirectly led by someone. So I'm asking myself, if our townships are so dirty, what this statement is saying is that we've been led into a dirty environment. Leadership took us into a dirty environment. And if I say leadership took us into dirty environment, what I'm also conceding is that I followed. You followed. We followed. And you know what's said now? The environment of rubbish all over our townships has become normal to you, to me, to everybody else. We've tolerated, we've accepted. We've all accepted that, you know what? Yeah, you know what, it's okay. We can live our lives next to rubbish. You know, we just hold our nose and walk past and then it's okay. You know, can you imagine somebody born in the last 10 years, they actually think that this is what the world looks like. You know, you got your house here and then next to your house, you got rubbish. You know, they actually believe. So what it means is that, if my house is next to a rubbish dump, so I've also accepted that it's okay for me to, I've tolerated. So I'm waiting for a leader to come from somewhere else to then come and, you know, help me to get rid of the rubbish that's next to my house. Really? Nothing happens without leadership. So if leadership never shows up, that dump site is there forever. If leadership never shows up, change is going to happen. If leadership doesn't show up, no improvements are going to happen. If leadership doesn't show up, no advances will take place. And yet, the word of God said, in his image, after his likeness, so that you can have dominion, so that you can lead. Who are you waiting for? Which other leader am I waiting for? Which other leader are you waiting for? Remember, I told you, one of our values in High Life Foundation is responsive leadership. So you might be asking me and say, hey, but Dr. K, you're also aware of this rubbish. What have you done? Hey, we actually have come up with a company called Clean City to help, you know, townships to get clean. But you know what's amazing? Is the people in the township that don't want to be clean. I'll be honest with you. We've put programs in place where we want people to volunteer to clean their own environment. But you know what people are looking for? They want to be paid so that they can have rubbish removed from next to their household, from their house. You want to get paid to remove dirt that is accumulating next to your house.